In 2022, the Independent Review of Children's Social Care published a report. This report had over 90 things they felt would make a difference to children's social care. A national voice spoke to over 300 children and young people from across England about what they felt needed to change. We made sure that the Independent Review team knew what was important. In February 2023, the government responded with a detailed plan to address the recommendations to reform children's social care. This report is called Stable Homes Built on Love. The government want to hear children and young people's thoughts, so a national voice wants to ask you, have the government got it right? ANV published 2 reports about what children and young people thought would make children's social care better. These are some of the things that you told ANV. Support us to grow. The best professionals for us. The same support wherever we are. And services designed for us. The government have 6 ambitions to make children's social care work better. The first 3 focus on what happens before a child enters care, help for parents and extended family to look after children, as well as what should happen if they cannot safely stay with their family. The 4th sets out how to make care better for children in care and care leavers, whereas the 5th focuses on social workers and the 6th on making sure the whole system can learn and improve. As the National Children in Care Council, a National Voices consultation focused on the experience of children in care and care leavers, and so the feedback today is most relevant to the last 3 ambitions. In particular, Ambition 4, which is all about what should happen when you are in or leaving care. What are the ambitions? Ambition 1, Family Help. Create new family help services that would support children, young people and families to stay together and get the help they need. New family help services will be tested in 12 places and then set up in other areas. Ambition 2, Keeping children safe. Make sure adults work better together to make sure children and young people are safe inside or outside their homes. This includes testing how social workers with more experience and training should help keep children and young people safe and find them somewhere else to live if it is not safe with their parents. Ambition 3, Supporting families to help children. Support wider family to look after children if they cannot live with their parents, for example, grandparents, aunts, uncles and other family and friends. The government wants to focus on ways to support kinship carers to make sure children and young people are looked after by their family network, including more training and exploring financial support. Ambition 4, Make care better for children in care and care leavers. Improve support through 6 key missions so that children in care and care leavers have stable, loving homes. The 6 key missions are: social workers and other practitioners make sure children and young people can see and spend time with the people who love and matter most to them. Make sure there are enough good foster homes and children's homes for children to live in. More people and organisations to act like or be corporate parents. Make sure children in care are supported to do well in school or get good jobs, including older children aged 16 to 19 years old. Make sure more care leavers live in safe homes. Make sure adults working with children in care and care leavers know how to support them with their physical and mental health needs. You said, good care is where you feel safe, supported and have fun. Good relationships with professionals is key to making your care experience good. You wanted the same support wherever you are. There should be a clearer, fairer system without a postcode lottery of care. Services should be designed so they work for you and that you can understand, not created for and by adults. So what does the government say they want to do to make care better? For Mission 1, the government want to prioritise loving and safe relationships, including kinship care and children living with brothers and sisters wherever safe and possible. More foster carers and children's homes in the right places to make sure children live close to the people they know and love. 30 million for family funding, befriending and mentoring programmes. Standards for independent visitor services. Opt out independent advocacy to help children understand their rights. And consultation on creating a lifelong legal bond with someone you care about, for example a former foster carer. You felt that there was not enough focus on building good relationships in the care system. How often you see your family and how this is valued. You especially talked about being separated from your brothers and sisters. You wanted to see each other even when some of you were no longer in care, adopted or back with family. You wanted more opportunities to do the same things as your friends. Advocacy should be an opt-out service and not an opt-in service. This way we have automatic access to advocacy. The government have proposed for Mission 2 £3 million of investment for foster care recruitment and retention in the North East and plans for further investment of £23 million. A proposed increase in pay for carers, national standards and Ofsted inspection of supported accommodation for 16 and 17-year-olds, money for local authorities to build children's homes, and to review all legislation, regulations and standards of care to ensure that all children in care receive what they need no matter where they live. You said you wanted to have a choice in the carer that you lived with. When you had the right carers, this could make all the difference. You told us that placement was not the right word and you preferred calling it home. You felt that home is a place where you feel safe, part of the family, experience love and have personal space. Some of you also shared that you don't view foster homes as a home. When it is not a home, it feels temporary, unsafe, unwelcoming and you don't feel that you belong. How foster carers are recruited, trained and supported were also mentioned. Some of you felt that foster carers shouldn't be paid. For Mission 3, the government proposed to make the law about what the state should do for children in care and care leavers as their corporate parent stronger, including reducing discrimination and stigma associated with care experience. Make more organisations corporate parents, and more training to help understand children and young people's experiences for police and health services. You talked about specific support you wanted to improve, including financial management and understanding universal credit. To help you financially, you highlighted the importance of support with things like travel, council tax and housing. You also talked about stigma and stereotypes and different professionals not understanding what it is like to be a child in care. The government proposed for Mission 4, tuition and mentoring through Pupil Premium Plus, places at independent schools, extending the virtual school head role to include care leavers to 25, extend Pupil Premium Plus style funding, gold standard accreditation scheme for universities that provide support for care leavers, create 3,500 well-paid jobs for care leavers through the Covenant and more, and increase apprenticeship care leave bursary from 1,000 to 3,000 and communications to promote this. You spoke about how you should be better supported with education, including removing stigma and how everyone should have high aspirations for you. Some of you felt that expectations for the future are lower for care experienced young people than for other young people. You stressed that high expectations and success do not necessarily have to mean A-levels and attending university. For Mission 5, the government proposed to increase the leave and care allowance, implement legislation when parliamentary time allows, including staying close to be a national entitlement, and local connection requirement for care leavers seeking access to social housing. Explore staying put and staying close in order to support young people up to age 23. Priority for social housing for homeless care leavers with local option of giving them high priority. Build on existing work to reduce homelessness, including specialist personal advisors that are focused on preventing homelessness and rough sleeping. Stop making care leavers intentionally homeless. Promote rent guarantor schemes, more use of supported lodgings, and scrutiny through Ofsted care leaver judgment. You said that it's important that you gain skills like cooking, budgeting and living skills before you live independently so that you can adjust easier. Some of you felt that there needed to be more support when you move into your own home, and this might be a time when you spend more time with your PA. Some of you felt that workers underestimated the reality of living independently and that social workers and PAs needed to be more realistic and give down-to-earth explanations. The government proposed for Mission 6, new guidance for health and social care and how to support health and wellbeing. Encourage local authorities to provide free prescriptions. Share good ways that health and social care can work together. Training to build social workers' understanding of mental health and wellbeing. And review knowledge and skills of other social care practitioners, for example PAs, residential workers, virtual school staff and more. You shared how you believe social workers and other professionals should have more training and understanding of trauma and mental health of children and young people. You shared the difficulties you had accessing mental health services, and you believe that there should be more joined up working and that care experienced young people should automatically receive a service. Some of you thought that mental health could be improved through access to activities and groups. Ambition 5, children have great social workers. Increase the number of people becoming social workers. Help social workers stay working at the same place for longer. More and better training for social workers. And reduce the amount of office work social workers do so that they can spend more time with children and families. You said that changing professionals makes it harder to develop trusting relationships. People who listen and care are key. Professionals should have the right training. A good relationship means feeling like we are not just another case and having workers who take an interest in you and treat you with respect. Ambition 6, improving the whole system for children and families. Creating new guides for people working with children and families. Listen more to children and young people. Listen more to parents, families and friends. Collect better information about the difference social care is making to children and families' lives. Make sure services improve more quickly when they are not good. Make sure the money given to local authorities to do their work is given fairly based on the needs of people living there. You said you wanted services that work for you, that you understand, rather than ones designed for and by adults. The care system is designed to meet the needs of the adults, local authorities, government, and sometimes computer systems or processes. Areas of the care system that don't work for you include not enough focus on building good relationships, not being able to do the same things as your friends, not being listened to, slow decisions and red tape, lack of information about decisions or your rights, poor language used, difficulties with complaints, and many cliff edges in support. Finally, here are some of the things you talked about that the government's plans do not touch on very much. The importance of being listened to, both around your care but also through groups like your Children in Care Council, so that social workers and managers understand your needs and you can get the best support and services for you. You identified that lots of words that professionals use are not child or youth friendly. Some words can feel like you are getting labelled. And as the care system isn't designed with children and young people, you describe many cliff edges in the care you receive. This can be where services don't work together or there is a sudden cut-off in support.